Good evening, everybody. Dragon Lucifer here, and we are back in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. We are currently going to do something a little different here. First off, you're read by the title stream. Anybody that comes in and is viewing the stream that wants to request a car will be looking for that car. And we also have this Nissan Silva. I have been looking for an R35 and a Nissan Silva to do a combination build all day. I haven't found the R35. Kind of a trade-off, if you will, when you start installing a lot of mods. A lot of mod cars, a lot of mod configurations. It gets harder and harder to find base game cars. Rather than delete all my mods, which that would be silly, it's just going to be a struggle. Yeah, thanks, Zalbar. That's the Silva. We'll get that one taken care of here shortly. But I kind of wanted to go through and share the struggle with you guys. Give you guys a chance to pick something to restore, as well as kind of just show you that once you get up into a certain point in this game, it does become, I guess, not necessarily a chore, but definitely a hunt to find certain cars. So, the Silva is fine. We'll let it sit there. We found it. No big deal. Now, I have been trying to stick strictly with auctions because there is an auction car purchase achievement. But I have been bounced between the junkyards and the barns as well. As evidence the fact I have a couple, I think I have a case or something in my inventory still. So, we were looking for the R35. Obviously, we're not going to find it. That's the configuration variant for the Typhoon that's electric. Let's see, car mods in here. A lot of the different variation stuff. A lot of different mods. So, yeah, it does make it a rather difficult challenge once you start stacking a lot of mods in to find something from the base game. That being said, I wouldn't trade my mods for the world. But, like I said, it is going to make it a little bit more interesting to kind of hunt stuff down. So, we have a struggle. That's for sure. Looks like the game is currently running at about 118 frames per second, which is great because it's not stuttering. I got a lot of stuff running off the background right now, and I was seeing how much stress I could put on it before the game would freak out. But it seems okay. Now, like I said, we've been to a barn. We got a case. Notice our levels are up. It's because I was barn hunting earlier. Keep getting those XP things and not barn maps, so... Oh, we got a barn map. Nice. Take another case. We're in case loop hell, by the way. I'm usually opening about 3 to 5 cases, depending. Got that level up. There's level 39. Look at that. And we're a good chunk of it into it, too. Alright, so we got another barn map. That'll help. But yeah. Today's going to be one of those days. We're just going to sit back, relax, do a little lazy nonsense. But we're also going to kind of just, you know, go through things. It's interesting looking at the map, how they highlight. I wish they'd highlight in yellow when you highlighted them on the map themselves. I mean, who actually uses the map besides me? Probably nobody. I think about the only one I use, the junkyard. Everything else over here. But, you know, for some people, I mean, picking out the barn or whatnot on the map may be a little better than coming over here to the legend. That being said, I think we're going to have better luck with the Skyline and the barn. And honestly, unless we get a viewer suggestion for a car, then, you know, we're going to keep our hunt up. One thing we will pick up in the barns always is the case. So we'll have to search a few piles. Check and see if we can find the case. Because going to a barn and not picking up the case is a wasted trip to the barn, right? You can find no cars, but the case is important. So kind of just keep going on the way I was doing this stuff off screen. It was recommended to me to go ahead and turn the stream on. I was going to try and just find the cars like I usually do and just have them sitting there for the stream, but I've spent most of the day looking for them and haven't had a lot of luck, so Rather than not give you guys a stream tonight, I decided, well, it's probably for the best. We should just include you guys in the struggle. One of these days I'm going to be smart enough to actually be looking for batteries in these piles again. It's not going to happen. I think I've seen, like, Cryptic Fox has found a battery in a thing, and a couple other guys have, but for the most part, batteries are slim pickings. It's probably because technically they're never 0% items, so... That being said, I'm talking about regular car batteries, not electric vehicle batteries. I'm sure somebody's going to scream out there, but there was an electric vehicle battery in that pile over there, and you just walked past it. Yeah, it was because it wasn't what I was looking for. I need a regular, generic automotive battery, not fancy-dancy electric car batteries that can't be restored anyways. So, looks like we got another cape in here or something. Yep. See the marker on the back of it. And looks like... Oh. A few other things. Having a bit of trouble finding the case in this one. Interesting. I guess I've been getting spoiled. Usually the first pile I look at is where the case is, so... Might be just me. I think I've had to actually look through an entire stack for quite a while. And we could find the rare barn that doesn't have a case. It does happen. This is that the Challenger? Yeah, it's the modern Challenger. Huh. What that's worth. That is a special edition. Oh, basically a Hellcat edition. Nice. Not too bad. What's it worth? Buy price is $48. It's worth $38. I mean, we haven't done one yet. That's a pretty good one to find. And this trip's going to be wasted if I can't figure out what pile I didn't check, too. So, give me just a second to kind of sweep around here and double check a couple of piles. See if I just blanked over the case. Very possible I did. But if we can't find the case, I don't know. We may have to take the car. Huh. Yeah, I'm thinking I checked all of these. It's looking pretty bleak here. We might have to take that car. Usually pretty good about making sure I check every pile and I memorize what piles I've checked, but, you know. Oh. It would have been the first one we looked at. Bugger. Alright, but what does everybody think about this impertonator over here? Kind of a Dodge Challenger Hellcat version. I don't know. Take a look in here. Ooh, manual dash. That is... Yeah, no, not really. All this is electronic on the new ones. So... Yeah, this is definitely the interior out of like a 2015, I think. One of the original ones. Year on this. 2.8. Yeah. Makes sense. Alright, well, we got the case anyways. Let's just go with the case. Check another auction real quick, and then we'll check another barn. Just kind of flop back and forth. Do the struggle for a minute, and then we'll go ahead and restore the Silva when we get completely bored out of our skulls. So we can start another case loop with a single case. Oh, replaced our barn map and a case loop. Yay, case loop. I only picked the 2 cards right here, by the way. It's just for the sake of my sanity, those are just the 2 I've decided that are going to be the keys. And it does pretty well. I mean, we're in a case loop again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Ah, and we got another barn map. Nice. Right, so that means we're net positive on a barn map. We actually found more than what we started with. Well, I started with 6, so we're actually probably right where we were when I started. But we were going down in the negative when we were falling, so trying to keep at least 6 of those in there. Kind of rough. There is a trophy as well for like 30 or some odd cars out of the barns we have to buy too, so we'll have to work on that one, but that's going to be a different struggle. I mean, we could do another Bolt Cargo. I do have the free candy livery if we need to do that. Free candy. Oh, it's so horrible, but it's so comical because everybody makes a joke out of it. Alright. Looks like we are pretty much dead stick on that one. Now, I haven't seen a Skyline in the junkyard in forever. Or GTR, whatever you want to call it. I mean, most people, I think, can figure out that the R35 is a Skyline. It's just a US release Skyline, so. But never know. Have you guys seen something up my feed that one of the car building YouTube channels was actually putting an R34 body on an R35 chassis? Man, the amount of metal they had to cut out of that thing. R35 is fat. I mean, just get the GTR body on it. I think they had to cut like 20% out of the body of the R35 and another 20% out of the frame of the R35 and 20% out of the body of the R34 just to get the body over the top of the freaking frame. That's a chunky boy. Do have that thing popping back up every once in a while, so we are getting some of the original OG cars back in here. As you can see, they're not all mods. It hasn't completely overrun. As I say that and walk by a Range or Land Rover Defender, right? You know, a Honda Civic in here. Could just rebadge that and make it a mod. It would be pretty easy. And all it is I think it's an EK. Like I said, it's rough. Shop truck's still here. Lights are still on. Batteries are amazing because technically all those fog lights are supposed to be on too. I don't know. It never gets dark here. I couldn't tell you if they are. But struggle is real. Oh, well, it's fun. A few things in here. I remember when we were looking for the pink Cadillac, we were having a problem like this too. That's why I ended up doing the Cadillac job when I did the Cadillac job, is because it literally was, you know, like a 1 in a million in the auction. New Camaro. Interesting. 2014. I can't fit in that car. The car was not built for tall, large people. Can't fit in it. I don't know why they thought building a, car that was supposed to compete with the Challenger and the Charger and the Mustang that all can fit a tall, large person needed to be, fun size, but they did. It's a little too narrow, a little too short. The seat doesn't sit down low enough. Yeah. You got anything here? Land Rover pickup truck. I already did one of those. Specifically that truck. Digging through the trash, trying not to get tetanus. Not sure how there's car body parts in a rake stand, but hey, what are you gonna do? Walk back in this little slot first before we pick off those last ones. Kind of have some semblance of sanity to our scrounging, A bunch of SRT parts for the minivan. The Karen mobile. Oh. Trying to hold my middle finger on the escape key and walk around with my index finger on this control is a little funky. Probably should move my thumb so it's not as strained, but oh well. Trying to do this fast. That's a Ripson, not a Nissan. I would get away. I would do a 350 or 370Z if it popped up. Just do another Nissan, but didn't look really good at that. I should check. No, it's okay. Where we came in at, so yeah, we are. We gotta go back over here in this corner. Nope, we went this way. Okay, yeah, it just spits us out in a weird spot. Can at least get the case so this isn't a complete wasted trip. Huh, E30 BMW. Nice. And yes, it's modded as a legit BMW. It's not a gross aftermarket one. These few boxes I just checked would have been the only ones that that case could have been in, because I looked at everything else. At least I thought I did. Huh. Yeah, I did. It's a caseless barn. Which is gross. Not a fan. Nope, there it is. Okay. Yep, doesn't look like we're doing too much there. Spend our $200 and move on with life, right? I think it auto-generates a case in if you've searched all the piles and you haven't found one. Just have to be patient with it. Alright, back to the auction. Let's take a look. Already did a 240. Which that's what the S30 is, the 240. For the Datsun brand, which Nissan brought that over to America in because they thought that Nissan was too Japanese to sell in America, but Datsun was not. I don't know. Datsun sounds more Japanese than Nissan at this point, but whatever. That was their marketing thinking. Interesting. Still a big-ass pickup truck, but these are pretty much whatever. I think we've done one of them. I don't remember which one it is. There's another Moped edition. Oh, looking pretty bleak. We'll open this case, and then we'll go restore the Silva, and then we'll go back to it. These cars take about an hour to restore, so give it an hour to kind of sit on itself, and maybe, you know, the game will be listening to what we're talking and be like, hey, here's the thing you were looking for. Case loop. We're also getting that scrap number back up so we can keep working on the Liberty Walk. Alright, no dirty cars in my shop. Get over and get a bath. I guess we can detail it first. Why not? We'll detail the interior before we do the car wash because we got spawn on the other side. Not that it was all that dirty to begin with, because it was an auction car, but whatever. Inline 4. Yikes. No battery. Yeah, it was a scrap auction car. Yeah, throw it in here. I guess we're going to second lifter. Who knew? $1,300. I mean, yeah, fine. It's Silva, but still. I do appreciate the fact that it actually has the Silva badging on it and not the 240SX badging, which is what this car was in the States. So, definitely an interesting piece. Look at all this garbage off here. Take the whole door. It is a Spec R. That's interesting. So, Nissan and most JDM companies had different model versions, more for their licensing than anything else. And it's right-hand drive. What an interesting thing. Disassemble. Take these out. We'll grab a Silva parts for the interior real quick. Yep. Inventory. Alright. Let's do the interior first. We always do the interior last, so let's do the interior first. Alright, so I need a bench, pair of seats, and a steering wheel. Cool. Assemble. I mean, we already did the welding, so there's no reason the interior can't be back in the car at this point. And we got a full drive line. I'm just kind of looking at it under interior view to kind of see what we got. The engine is hot garbage, but whatever. Alright. Now, car status, auction, junkyard, barn. Okay. It doesn't have a slot because it is an SR20. I believe it's SR20 turbo. Yeah. So it's currently worth $1,000 or $1,600 more than it was when we bought it. Alright. Hi. Better. Alright, body panels. We'll repair what we can. Pretty. Oh, yeah, that mirrors. Wow. That was awesome. We hit that right on the money, didn't we? Right in a freaking red spot next to green. There. Get a few body panels. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tear this apart. And I'm honestly not sure. I want to check this for a second. The Silva does not have body tuning parts, which kind of sucks. Since it is an import tuner, it would be kind of nice to have body parts, but looks like we're all factory. Ooh, we're going to have to buy most of this stuff anyways. Oh well. Okay. Start the disassembly process. We've been case scumming enough experience points, we might actually make level 40. Then we only have 10 levels left, and we can max out the level, I guess. I guess what is 50, I believe, is the max. Then we won't have to worry about earning experience anymore. Focus on what we're actually working on and not the artwork pack that we switched the shop to because old car signs and pinup girls. Honestly, I'm pretty sure most kids these days have seen worse on iFunny than what's in this shop. And iFunny doesn't ask you what your age is. Alright, that out of there. This out of here. A lot of the parts in this weren't terrible for an auction car. I mean, they weren't great, but they weren't terrible. Really? That's where you're gonna... Whatever. It stuck me in a funny spot. I knew I was working on taking the transmission off, and then it was like, oh yeah, let's send you to the back of the car. Alright, that'll come out for the hoist. We'll rebuild the s14. No big deal. We're here. We do have all 4 wheels and tires, so that's a good thing. Most of the parts we're pulling off look repairable. I mean, obviously we know there's a bunch that aren't, like wheel hub bearings and stuff like that. Brakes. So far, we haven't really run into anything that's tragically just broken. A few rusty parts here and there, but nothing that's just like screams broken. Pull this out through the middle. Fine. There we go. Dip over here to the other sport tire, get this off. Those are some cheap Nissan wheels. Honestly, those are like the aluminum super stock wheels. I don't think the Spec R S14 would have had those on there. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure it had a little bit nicer wheel on it. Never know though. I wasn't in Japan when they sold this car new, so I may be wrong. Yes, it's specifically Japan car. They didn't really sell this car too many other places until the big automotive JDM boom that started with, you know, stuff like Fast and the Furious, where they were like, oh, we gotta have, you know, hopped up, you know, ridiculous Honda Civics and stuff because movie. Yeah, this car's a little bit before that time. The car culture existed in Japan, but it hadn't made its way to the States yet as hard as it should have. I actually have a rear sway bar B. Okay. Get all that nonsense out of the way. Come on. Not much to this engine right now. Pretty much looks like the clutch. Yay, it's an engine block and a clutch. Yeah, it was literally an engine block and a clutch. Alright, let's zip our parts back together here. Try and save as many of these suspension parts as we can, right? Missed. Suspension on the seat are very, very non-complex, or... Yeah, I guess it's just either non-complex or had missing parts. I don't know. Oh, 98? Really? You couldn't go that extra 2%? Alright. Laid out the brakes real quick, and we'll start working on the engine. Glass of juice. Trying to drink a little bit of juice, be a little healthy. That way, you know, I'm not consuming criminal levels of caffeine all day. Got no bad habit about doing that. Trying to correct it. Alright. Oh. Huh. Yeah, done a few. I might have the performance parts, I'm not sure. Alright, let's see. Regular alternator. Yeah, we got one of those. I do not have the performance parts. Yikes. Alright. Regular alternator. No idea on the camshaft. SR20 heads. We do know that needs to be a thing. Exhaust manifold for an SR20. Flywheel. Filter. Pump. SR20 fuel rail. That's the nice thing about the SR20 is we can kind of guess because a lot of the parts are SR20 parts, so I know it's here, or I thought it was here. No, I guess not. Yeah, there it is. Right. And a throttle. I think that's it, unless we have a turbo, which we should. Not sure which turbo it's going to be, though. I'm sure there's a turbo here for the SR20, but that's not specifically labeled, so I'm going to go with, well, we'll find it when we get there. Fuel filter, alternator. Okay. So we need 3 camshaft caps, 3 rod caps, and 4 sets of rings. Or crankshaft, sorry. Not camshaft. I don't know what the camshaft's going to take yet. Rod cap. 4. 2 of those while we're here because we know we need them later. Alright. Need an oil pan for this motor too, but we haven't got that far yet. I need to just go type in SR20 into the parts bin thing over here. There we go. Alright, well I need one of these. These. I have no idea how many we need, so let's not do that right now. Need a head cover. That's fine. I didn't see an intake manifold. Let's go back and look. We do need an oil pan. I know that. Probably a radiator fan. Couple serpentine belts. Timing chain. Shoe. Cover. Yeah, there is a turbo for the SR20, but it doesn't have a performance one, so whatever. Grab the SR20 parts. Oil filter for 94. Don't want to forget the oral filter. Oh, no, oral. Okay, head. Okay, now let's go back over here. Check the tune-out shaft. Camshaft or SR20 we don't have. That's fine. Intake manifold for an SR20 though. No. Wow. Missing a lot of parts for an SR20. I don't know. I'm going to err on the side of caution and say 10. Probably pretty close to being right. Three, 4, 5. Yep, 10. I was correct. Grab that shoe and throw it in there. Timing cover, because that's totally how that works. Yeah. It's interesting they took the time to not generic, like, camshaft caps, but didn't take the time to do performance parts like camshafts. Seems kind of odd, considering the performance ones just needed a little different value and a red and black coloring. Or chrome coloring. But whatever. So many bolts. Get our SR20 turbo in here. Yes, it is Nissan. It's DLC, so yeah, that makes sense. Nah. Alrighty, what did we miss? Clutch release bearing, and it should be good on this engine. Yeah. Alright. Oh, back out. Come on. No. Dee 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 dee. Now, before I get too far into the suspension stuff, let's grab our 16 rubber bushings. Our various known broken suspension parts. Yeah, I did memorize everything. I know what stuff's always statistically broken, so the rest of it's just a matter of if something managed to break that I wasn't aware of. So that's why I can go through and just grab a certain list of stuff and figure out what we're missing from there. I built a car too in my day. Yeah. It is ridiculously hard in real life. Getting an engine ready to come out of a car can take days, depending on the car. I've told a bunch of those stories already. I did do an old pickup, God, before I got out of high school. I was working on it, and it's a nice little truck. Needed a bunch of restoration work done to it, but ended up had it in a friend of mine's garage for almost a month, just piecing together the top end and bottom end of the car and the motor side. Truck did pretty good. The only downside was it was geared for off-roading, so it had super low gears and wasn't that great on the highway. Wasn't part of my job to fix the transmission, so it just was what it was. I think the total speed on that truck was like maybe 70 miles an hour because it couldn't go any faster than that. And that was fine. It's meant for, like I said, it's meant for off-roading, so it wasn't really meant for going fast. It's meant for just getting everywhere. It's got to be the I-4 section. Where is it? Yeah, that's that one. All right. I did have a performance middle muffler already for this, and I believe, yeah, that should take care of the exhaust. Alrighty, now we need a starter. I already had one prepared. Look at that. I'm thinking ahead. Alright, so engine-wise, we should be good. Now we're going to go over here to the rear system and zip this driveline in place. Now I'll tell you this. You're going to learn how to work on cars. Once you learn how to get past all the brake jobs and tire changing, oil changes, stuff like that, do the universal joints in a drive shaft. Because if you can get through that, most everything else on a car is just time. Yes, it's a pain in the neck. You probably smash your fingers, but you know, we go around, and that's why we're going around here is busting knuckle garage, because let's face it, got the scars to prove it. I've busted my knuckles more times than I can count on cars. But yeah, certain things like drive shaft U-joints, which you don't see a lot in the front-wheel drive cars of today's era. I don't know why they decided to make them all front-wheel drive, but they did. I'm not a fan, personally, but they decided in their glorious wisdom, hey, we need to make everything front-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure pulling something is a lot more difficult than pushing it. You know, just speaking from experience. That was an interesting little effect there. But they decided, well, cars need to pull themselves down the road instead of push themselves down the road. Seemed odd to me. Alright, so just pushing it. Now, in weather scenarios like snow and blizzards, sure, front-wheel drive's pretty handy, but a tool that was out of the realm. You mean like a long bladed screwdriver or a pry bar to get something simple apart that should have taken, you know, your fingers? Yeah, more times than I can count. There's been many a time when I've had to get the old I wasn't asking hammer out and, you know, adjust the attitude of a specific part because it decided it wanted to be sticky. Had to blowtorch a few parts out too. Now, one of the things they don't cover in here is one of these bushing sets in a lot of the older cars is called a ball joint. And ball joints, in their gloriousness, have a tendency to get stuck because people don't think to change them. Or they forget about it. Well, normally you can just press them out with a clamp or, you know, a specific kit meant for doing ball joints. But sometimes, yeah, you got to get out the torch or the grinder and dig that part out of the other part without damaging it. That's the biggest thing, is you can't damage the part around it because you don't want to replace that part too. Round we go, round and round and round and round. brakes on this thing, get it ready for tires, and then we'll go in, take a look under the hood. Oh. I forgot the tie rods. Ugh, what a mess. Yeah. About 70%, I would say. It's getting close. They only take about an hour. At most, they take about an hour, and that's with paint and... What's that? Tie rods? Yeah, severely important. Alright, now. I need to be here. I'm not sure what color to make this car. I mean, a lot of the factory ones are actually this yellow, believe it or not. It's a popular car. And a popular color. Radiator A. Yeah, I didn't get a part. Reservoir D. Chill washer. Battery. Uh-oh. An intercooler. Okay, rad, res, and base. B. A. I don't know which fan it's... Oh, it's got a manual fan. It doesn't matter. That's that. That's that. Okay. Let's clear this. Back here. Air filter base. Cover. Got that. Pink Panther pink, huh? That's pretty dark pink. See what I can do with the color wheels. Oh, wow, clips. I haven't had to do clips in a while. Too many big freaking V8s. And there's an ECU in here too. I didn't see that. Alright. You know. A black hood. I'll see if I can paint the hood. Otherwise, we'll have to do the thing where we just don't paint it. 2233. Okay. Okie dokie, that was done. Let's see here. What do we do now? Already intercooler, which I have to do from the bottom of my car anyways. I think we are on to our fluids. Okie dokie. Bills and tires. I want to extricate, not install. Oh, I needed a rim that needed a little more banging than the other three. Yeah. Well. 205.55, 16s. Alright. Does it need slicks? Absolutely not. Is it getting slicks? Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the mini games either, but it is what it is. You did break a lot more parts in 2018 than you do in 2021. Because it's not a computer algorithm that's deciding whether or not it's a success, it's you. So I guess there's goods and bads. Tire balancer, definitely don't like the minigame. I like being able to set it, forget it, and walk away and go do something else. But it doesn't take that long, especially if you're used to it. Alright, other than the body, I think we're pretty much done. I think I'm going to move this over to the paint bay before we do any body work. And move the car to the test path. We'll do the alignment on it. And I'll have to put the headlights back in it first, but to finish up, we can add part of it here. Yeah. Going to buy a hood anyways. Oh, ow. My legs fell in a hole. Bumper, windows. No idea what fenders we're gonna need. The left side mirror? Yeah. I think that's the one I broke. So we had both doors on here, but... Just gonna grab these fenders. I don't know if I need them or not. I actually had that one. Okay. Line the headlights real quick, and then take this over to the paint shop and see about making some things happen. Still can't paint cars or parts. Alright, we need to find a pink that we can turn slightly darker. Too dark. Too bright. Okay, let's go with this, and then turn up that saturation just a little bit. Yeah, the yellow and black does look pretty good. Well, that's about the Pink Panther pink. I'm actually pretty good at doing that color for some reason. And it looks like we don't have any liveries. Guys, reset it to the factory color here in a second. Well, there it is. They can't paint the hood, so... Looks pretty good. It's actually ready to drive right now, too. That's the sad part. Could do a black trunk on it, maybe. I don't know if you can or not. Let's see. Nope. Not having it. Yeah, I doubt it'd be a 10-second car. I don't know. I'm torn. I gotta agree, the yellow and black does look a little bit better than the Pink Panther pink, but that could be just me. I'm gonna buy some plates. Like an idiot, I don't have Japanese plates. Ugh. There's a plate pack for it, I just don't have them. I have the Chinese plates, but not the Japanese plates. Interesting. I hate to do California. I really don't want to do California. Ah, it's too late. I have to reload the game to get Japanese plates. Yeah, I know. But, that being said, there are plenty of other countries where cars are right-hand drive. Like Canada. Yeah, 50-50 on Germany, actually. That's not a bad idea. Some cars in Germany are right-hand drive, some are left-hand drive. It's kind of 50-50 almost. And it would at least go on the Autobahn really nicely, right? Alright. Remember which side of the car to get in. There we go. Simple, basic, painless. As it should be. Alright, let's go to her drive. Yeah, like a lot of the cars, a lot of the BMWs and Mercedes and German-produced cars have a tendency to be both left and right-hand drive, although it really doesn't matter, because the Autobahn's the Autobahn. Yeah, 6-speed. I run out of the road. Still not bad on power. It doesn't get up very fast. $162 miles an hour. It's not bad. Yeah, countries like Germany, because they produce a lot of left and right-hand drive cars, that's why they make both models in Germany, and they test both models in Germany. So, certain cars, BMWs, Mercedes, stuff like that, they all have European specs and, I guess, American specs, because I guess Americans are lame. So, what happens is the European model has certain things. Better acceleration, higher top speed, whatever you want to call it, yada, yada, yada. And then they come and they tune the cars down and bring them into the States. Some countries don't have the gentleman's agreement where, you know, X number of horsepower is the, agreed upon horsepower. It's not bad for that car. For a full four-banger, that's not bad at all. But, like, Japan has a thing, if you notice, most of the cars are around 275 horsepower. This was a gentleman's agreement between the auto manufacturers and the country that the cars wouldn't exceed that out of the factory. That's because their factory police officers, or their police officers use factory-tuned cars. They don't use cars that are like this. I mean, this thing actually violates a ton of laws in Japan. But it's still legal to have it. You just have to have special licenses and stuff to have it. But, anyways, it is one of those things that they made a gentleman's agreement. Once you break the 275, 276 horsepower range, you have to have special licenses. The car actually was worth quite a bit. Worth $100,000. I mean, not that $100,000's much to us anymore, but yeah. So the gentleman's agreement was so that once you exceed a certain amount of speed, the cops just can't catch you. They pretty much just police safety at that point, and don't really worry too much about speeding tickets because they can't catch you anyways. And it would be unsafe to do what they do in the States with, spike strips and various other ways that cop cars are marginally probably not safe to, be running down speeders like ridiculously high horsepower Vipers in Iowa. Hennessy Venom Vipers made of fiberglass. You can chase somebody down with it, but you're not going to freaking actually use a pit maneuver and stop them. Oh, yeah, those things, pit maneuvers are dumb, by the way. Totally dangerous. Endangers the driver not only in the car that you're trying to stop, but also endangers the officer. Where do we go again? Junkyard, right? I don't know. My brain just kind of shut off like autopilot. Junkyard or the auction, I don't remember which. Ah, junkyard. Another Ferrari. This is a Toyota. Is that an inline 8? No, inline 6. So that car would be great, except for a lot of the performance parts from 2018 aren't in the game, so that car kind of sucks when you performance mod it. Don't have your side draft carburetors and air filters in the tuner shop. The Nissan. Oh, now I'm not actually needing them. They're here. Ribson. Oh, there's a Volvo. That's a mod car. It's one we had with snowboards on the roof. End up selling that to get the first McLaren. Now we just have to sell a McLaren every once in a while. Doesn't even have to be a very nicely fixed up McLaren. I already did the 240. I wish there was body mods for the 240, but there's not. This is a supercharged El Camino. Oh my god, a battery. Sorry. The first battery I've seen in a junk pile. That's a battery we don't have to buy. They're spawning batteries, then maybe we can fix a few up. Maybe we can find another one. Huh. My interest in the junkyard just peaked up a little bit. I have to look through a few piles. Hold, please. Nice rims, actually. 13As. Technically, could fix those. They're 20s, though. We already have them, so. I'll take one battery for $15. They're 150 if you buy them new. Check an auction real quick, see if we can find another car. Well, that was a little bleak. I don't really feel a barn hunt right now. I'm sure I can find the car in a barn, but a Bolt Hornet. I thought there was only two versions of that Audi. It was a demon minivan. Yikes. I don't know, first one of those I've seen, actually. I mean, it's probably just the same as a Hellcat. I am curious on a couple of things. Base horsepower, 10,000 miles. Pretty accurate. No, yeah. 800 horsepower start. You actually built this car, it'd be probably 1,300 horsepower. Yikes. That's scary, 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 man. It does not have any logos on it, so that's a thing. Yeah. Out of the glorious country of Turkey. Okay. I don't want it, but it's kind of cool. We did an 18 van, Zalbar, a couple episodes ago. It wasn't an official 18 van, but we did do one. That was during the Van Days episode. I think you missed that one. Yeah, I wish. I don't think Kit's been ported over yet. I haven't seen it, and I've never seen anybody do the Viper from the Viper TV show. You're right, though. That car was amazing. It made you want a Viper, but then, you know, reality set in, and you realized, it's Viper. It spends more time in the shop than it does on the road. You know, since they took the time to make a Mark IV and a Mark, what, 7 bolt cape, you'd think they'd make one that was like a Mark 1. Let's do a barn. We'll make a lap. That was a nice little short run. We have one other car back here, looks like. Why should be the one we were looking for, right? Nope, it's a McLaren. I know, my excitement is so thrilling because I found another McLaren. Quite frankly, it's not that impressive. It's actually a problem. And looks like we got a Mark 1 R32 Audi. No, don't have one of those. Be nice, but they don't. At least not yet. Yay, bonus scrap. Nice. No Christine either. And I don't want to do another Audi or anything. We just did one. So we got the parts right here for it. It's a little early on to be doing another Audi. There was only 2 variants of it too. So many random parts. I don't know. Honestly, I hate to do it, but it's getting frustrating. It wouldn't really do us any good, but oh, we don't have any Buicks in the game yet, unfortunately, and I don't think a metallic mint green 64 Buick Skylark would be something they would put in the game for obvious reasons. So this is what we're looking for, unfortunately. I could buy this one and just hot restore it, but I might do that, honestly. This actually has the rear engine mounted transmission, or the rear mounted transmission. This right here is the biggest thing that breaks in this car. More than anything else. That transfer case. And it would really just be rip the engine out of it, drop some performance parts on it, throw the engine back in it. Yeah, we could go take a look at the Liberty Walk and see how we're doing on scrap parts, but let's pull that thing out of parking. I think we got the engine done. Remember what we were missing? Fuses. Yeah, I know. I just picked up a Skyline for tomorrow. I just bought out of the salon, so I'll deal with that. We do have to put the bottom of the engine back together on this car. It's a lot of scrap. So this car, unfortunately, the problem with it is the bottom end of the engine doesn't have jack. It'll get there. It's their 3-star, so we're just not there yet. Tomorrow, we are gonna rip the engine out of this brand new car with 0 miles on it and do some performance modding. It's about 8 o'clock, so yeah, they have a few vinyls and stuff for some of the cars. Done a few of them. I did the Lancer Evo, but yeah. Next time we'll go ahead and rip the engine out of this thing. Yeah, no Dodge generally yet, unfortunately. But anyways, tomorrow we will rip the engine out. We will swap all the fluid or swap all the stuff out and put this GTR to work. I mean, it's one of the cars we needed to do, so we'll do that for tomorrow. Hopefully, we see some kind of mod spike tomorrow. I don't know about a release, but maybe. We'll see something tomorrow. But everybody have a good night. It's been fun. Try to pick up the during the day streams tomorrow, probably. Just wasn't feeling it today. But anyways, remember, like, subscribe. Thanks to Zalbar for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see all you guys next time.